What is up, folks? I hope you can hear me well. It is I, Will, with Exposing the IWC. And tonight, we're gonna be talking about a lot of stupidness we're seeing online right now. A lot of topics, maybe run through like 5 of them. We're gonna be talking about Masha Slamovich and her situation. We're gonna be talking about Kenny Omega and Gail Kim and who's really stupid here and who's actually in the wrong in this whole back and forth that's gotten so out of hand. It's kind of stupid. It's beyond stupid, honestly. Talking about Jasmyn Nyx leaving NXT and WWE and what does that mean and what does that say and should we even give a damn? We're talking about AEW new titles. They finally gave the women some tag titles. We're talking about that and some more shit. This might be an interesting one because I'm not quite sure what I'm going to say. I may get canceled because based on what I'm seeing online, I've been so annoyed by Twitter over the last 24 hours that it's very possible that I might say some shit that I shouldn't, but that's okay. I don't really care. It's just the internet. Like, what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? Do me a favor. If you can hear my voice, hit like, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and let's talk about the news. No, I'm gonna start with Masha. That's what I'm gonna do. Why not? Let's start with Masha Slamovich. Masha Slamovich is a very good wrestler. I'm a fan of her work. She is someone who has, I think, the best name in pro wrestling. Masha Slamovich. So good. I've always loved it. And she currently is being dragged online viciously and without any regard for human life, okay? Why? Well, she's been exposed, Masha has, as an abusive, manipulative, condescending, gaslighting, horrible human being. This news dropped over the last 48 hours. Her relationship with her former significant other, I think he's a pro wrestler by name of Akira, Akera. I think that's how it's pronounced. And this is all dropped. Her ex-boyfriend's best friend kept receipts. He kept a manifesto of information about their relationship and has now unleashed it onto the internet, everyone to see. And she has now been exposed. I stumbled upon this drop file. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. There's a lot of junk in here, a lot of incriminating and damning information in this manifesto, I call it. You can find whatever you need to find in here. I mean, there's like over 100 different pieces of evidence that point Masha in the direction of, unemployment. Because right now, TNA is basically kicking her to the curb. A lot of her bookings have been canceled. And she's going to be having a hard time getting work recently. I mean, I stumbled upon this. I looked through this a little bit this morning. Not great. It makes her look horrible. And I can't defend it. Nor should I, nor would I. So Masha's screwed. Okay. Now, what does it mean for her career? She could probably go to Japan. She could probably go to Japan. Let's be honest. She could go to TJPW or something like that. She can go to maybe wrestle a little bit in Sinjo. She could probably get a good amount of bookings in Japan. But beyond that, I don't see her getting anything anytime soon in terms of bookings in America. She came out and she had a statement, which I won't read because I don't buy any of it, if I'm being completely honest with you. I don't buy it. I don't buy a word of it. Yeah, it's a very bad situation. She says she won't be responding to any further about what she did in her relationship, which is fine. she shouldn't have to come out and answer it to any of us. So we're not that important. Like, who cares what we have to think about it? What matters is the victim and how he feels about it and all that. Hopefully he's doing well. Hopefully he's recovering from this. Cause my God, those receipts look horrible. So Masha screwed. Again, should probably be in Japan wrestling here in the future. That's my guess. But in terms of bookings in America, I don't see it happening anytime soon. This is some nasty stuff. And now that it's out, it's out. Now, some people say TNA won't care because of Tessa Blanchard. Look at how they're treating Tessa Blanchard. They're going to let this slide eventually. Difference between Tessa and Masha is that with Tessa, there's no receipts. With Masha, there is. Sorry to tell you the truth, being honest with you, when there are receipts, it matters more to the general public. If there's just hearsay, she said this, she said that, you can slide by. But when you have over 100 different picks and all this accumulation of receipts, there's no way to get around it. That's the truth. When you see it, it's different, okay? When you see the evidence, when you see the documentation, when you see the manifesto of content, you can't unsee it. You can't deny it. It's there for you to see. That's just the honest truth, okay? I don't know what to tell you. If Tessa Blanchard had screenshots of her racism or videotape or anything, she'd be in more trouble than she is, okay? But because it's just hearsay, it's just hearsay. So that's the difference between Masha and Tessa. Tessa, there's no accumulation of evidence. With Masha, there is. So TNA would be stupid to pretend like nothing's happening and to engage with her as if she hadn't done anything wrong. Now, according to reports, Masha Slamovich's contract is about to end here soon anyway. So they probably won't renew her. They'll probably let her go about her way. And we'll see where she ends up. Again, I'm thinking it'll be somewhere in Japan. Or Mexico, maybe. Maybe CMLL don't care about that stuff. Wouldn't be surprised. Then again, CMLL works closely with AEW. So would Tony Khan tell CMLL to stay hands off? Does he have that type of power? I think so. I think Tony Khan tells CMLL to jump, and CMLL says how high. That's what goes down between those two, okay? Tony Khan has a lot of power. A lot of power. Such a promising talent ruining their career by being a bad person. Yep, it is what it is. I mean, she's a horrible person. According to the mounting evidence, she is a horrible human being. So what are you gonna do? Nothing. You're just gonna cut ties and have her go about her way. So that is what's going on with Masha Slamovich. We'll see where she ends up. We'll see what she does. Will she just lay low for a while? Probably. That's what I would probably suggest. Again, there's not much she can do. There's receipts. What's up, Keenan? And when there are receipts, you kind of just gotta, what I would have done, with the mistake she made with her statement, was what I'll say, started off talking about how it was mutually destructive. That's just stupid. Regardless if you're in the right or wrong, you're fucked, okay? The evidence is pointing against you. What you should have done is say, I apologize for my actions. I'm a horrible person. You should bury yourself. Bury yourself. Once you bury yourself, anyone else taking shots will look bad. Okay, that's what you do. You come out there, you say, I'm horrible. I fucked up. I need therapy. I need to grow up. I hurt this person. I apologize for what I've done. So on and so forth. You bury yourself so no one else can. But she made the mistake of coming out here and saying, oh, it's mutually destructive relationship. And you can see the responses are all, what? Mutually destructive? She's going to roast it because of that. Wrong approach. even if you don't believe it, you have to lie. What you have to do, you have to lie and, take your medicine and shit on yourself so others can't. But she made a mistake. Yeah, she didn't deny it. She acknowledged no, you can't. What can you deny? That's the thing. When you have this mounting evidence, there's nothing to deny. So she knows she's screwed. So what she should have done is say, I fucked up, my bad, I'm terrible, I need therapy, I'm struggling, I need to grow up, I need to become a better person. Because there's no way around all this evidence. That's why she can't deny it. This isn't some she's not taking a high road. She can't deny it because the mounting evidence, so poor decision by her part in multiple ways. But we move on. All right, let's talk about Kenny Omega and Gail Kim, shall we? Because man, people have exposed themselves as dumbasses on this topic. So, if you don't know, Gail Kim decided to come out and give her opinion for some reason on Riho, pro wrestler who wrestles once every blue moon for AEW. She has a problem, or not really a problem, but she has commentary on Riho's look, her presentation, her size, her stature, and how she is shot in AEW. She said she watched a clip back in the day where the cameraman was up her ass. It made her uncomfortable because Riho is presented, in her opinion, as a young girl, at least at the time, and it made her uncomfortable. Now, this is not really some shocking comment. I mean, this is kind of pretty benign. We've heard stuff like this before. This isn't new. Other people have also talked about how believability is important to them, and sometimes when you see a small person beating a bigger person, you can't just suspend your disbelief, and it gives you a hard time, yada yada, and you're trying to enjoy the show. You can't believe what you're watching. These are not foreign topics. People have said this before. This isn't new, is what I'm getting at. But I don't necessarily agree. I can watch a smaller person beat up a bigger person and be fine with it. That's just me. She's entitled to her opinion, though. In regard to Riho's look and her presentation, I cannot see what she saw. I haven't seen that clip that she's referring to, so I can't really comment on that, because maybe she's right. I haven't seen that clip. Whatever. Regardless, Gail Kim could be an idiot. You could disagree. That's fine. It doesn't really matter to me. It's all opinion here. My issue I have with Kenny Omega and his dumbass comments, not really about Gail Kim. At least his opinion on her words, per se, or what she said it specifically. The problem I have with Kenny Omega is that he decided to bring TKO into it for some weird, well, I know why he did it. What about Gail Kim's comments had to do with TKO? Enlighten me. Someone tell me. What in the fuck does Gail Kim's comment on Riho have to do with TKO? See, these wrestlers out here talk about how, tribalism is all with the fans. Only the fans engage in tribalism. That's what they say, right? Oh, just the fans. But then you have Kenny Omega clearly ginning up, stirring up tribalism to get AEW fans and WWE fans to argue. Because that's what he did. The only reason why you bring up TKO is to say, she's making her comments about Riho to please the overlords of TKO. It makes no fucking sense why he's doing that. I don't get it. I have to believe he's an idiot. Because why the hell are you bringing up TKO? There's enough yelling and tribalism and bullshit online from fans going on that Kenny Omega doesn't have to make it worse. He doesn't have to engage in it. But that's what he did. I don't have a problem with him saying Gail Kim is wrong or stupid. He's coming to defense of his friend. That's fine. That's fine. But to say that Gail Kim is trying to please Tony Khan and them by going after Riho, for crying out loud, and I'm seeing this stupidity of the IWC coming out. So let me show you some of this shit I'm seeing. Some of this bullshit I'm seeing online. Check this out. Exhibit A. So this is comment, if you don't know. Another day and another legend, quote unquote, doing the splits on it for the yearly TKO gift basket. Gail Kim is getting gift baskets, metaphorically, from TKO since when? Since when has Gail Kim worked for TKO? Since when? It makes no fucking sense. This is just a WWE bad type of tweet. Then you have E-Beast, or I-Beast, what the hell you want to call him. She's all yours to cook, Kenny. We don't get involved nor stand up for her. What? I sincerely hope, here's my response. What a weird fucking tweet. I sincerely hope that E-Beast or I-Beast is a teenager or a child. Because if you are a grown man or a grown woman, you are pathetic and cringy. She's all yours to cook, Kenny. We don't get involved nor stand up for her. What are you talking about? Like, how old are you? Are you a child? What the fuck am I reading right now? This is the type of bullshit that Kenny Omega's tweet brings about. This nonsensical, tribalistic garbage online. Like, what? And you're coming to the defense of your female friend and talking about Gail Kim doing the splits for TKO. You know what that means? Doing the splits? Do I need to break that down for you? Like, what? It's stupid. He's a moron for that. He may not be a moron, but his tweet made him sound like a moron. It's uncalled for, it's unnecessary to stoke the flames of tribalism and gin it up. It's ridiculous. And then you have some people, some white individuals, yes, I'm going there. Oh, we're cooking tonight, folks. We're cooking tonight. Got some white people coming out and saying that Gail Kim is a racist towards Riho. So let me get this straight. The Asian woman is not only trying to make TKO happy by going after Riho, a woman who barely wrestles for that promotion, like once a year. She is being racist toward the Asian woman. See, this is the type of bullshit people say because they're like so deep in the whole my team versus your team tribalism. They say stupid shit like she's being racist towards Riho. Can't you just say, I disagree with her, I think she's dumb, and move on? Why does it have to be racism or TKO or whatever? This doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like, this is just the norm for IWC. It's the norm. Honestly, I feel like I need to stop Twitter. Stop Twitter. I need to get off Twitter because the more I am on that damn app, the more it just makes me feel weak. Like reading those comments, reading those tweets, seeing the stupidity of the IWC, it makes me weak. So, what can I do? What can I do? I don't know. I don't know. Um, I see that Chris, your comments are being removed. Don't know why. Let me see. Kenny Omega is a fucking big mouth full of shit. Okay, cause you're just like trolling, you're shitting on them. Okay, I see what's happening here. Okay. It's just like I don't understand. I don't understand. I just don't understand. Okay. And then he says she's not a legend. Like, why are you doing that? I get it. You want to back up your friend, but there's other ways to go about it. I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, let's move on. Before we talk about the tag titles, let's talk about Jasmyn Nyx. So Jasmyn Nyx, NXT talent, she's walking away from WWE. The WWE offered her a contract. She said, nah, I'm good. I'd rather not. And people are talking about why this is happening and what does it say about these NIL talents, these athletes that they're bringing in. They're saying maybe we should not be investing so much on the college athlete because in their opinion, Jasmyn clearly does not care that much about wrestling. She did not grow up a fan. So why are we investing investing time in these people who are not in it for the love of the game? They're in it to get famous. They're in it because they couldn't make it in their sport. And maybe we should go away from the athlete. We should focus more on the indies and focus more on people like Bailey, people like Sammy, people like who grew up loving the business, okay? I think that opinion is misguided. I won't call you a moron or a fool like Kenny Omega, but I will say that is misguided, okay? There's nothing wrong with recruiting talented athletes who look good. Let's be honest, okay? They don't recruit just anybody. You have to be athletic and you have to look good. Nothing wrong with that because you can always develop a love for something. You can always grow into it. Look no further than Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair did not watch wrestling. Now she loves it. She's one of the best in the world. Look at Sol Ruca, great athlete, did not watch wrestling, and now she loves it, and she's an amazing talent. Look at Kalani Jordan. Did not watch wrestling, great athleticism, great look, awesome talent. Obafemi, play football. Brought him in, great talent. Everybody loves him. Last Legend. The names go on and on and on. Just because there's Jasmyn Nyx out there and there's other people who don't love it and don't necessarily want to be wrestlers going forward, doesn't mean you should just toss away the NIL program and toss away athletes. That's ridiculous. It's worth it. The talent that you can create is worth the Jasmyn Nyx, okay? For every Jasmyn Nyx, there may be a Sol Ruca. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. So if anything, they should lean into it. They should do both, honestly. You can look at the indies, you can look at the people who love the business, and also recruit talented athletes who may love the business down the road. Nothing wrong with that at all. So no, this isn't telling, this isn't a problem. It doesn't mean they should back away from the NIL program. It's fine because the talent that they're bringing in, like a Tiffany Stratton, look at Tiffany, world champion, athleticism, great look, people like her. Nothing wrong with it at all. But they should do both. Look at the indies, look at the people coming up, and also recruit great athletes that look great. It's fine. It's fine. Charlotte and Roman, even they're Nepo babies, but they play sports. Yeah. So Roman, Charlotte, Braun Breaker, they're a little different. They're athletes, but they're always knew about the business, right? Charlotte watched wrestling. She knows of it. She was aware of it. Braun Breaker as well. They may not have loved it, but they were connected to it. Jasmyn Nyx, was a complete new person to wrestling, right? And that's fine. It's completely fine. I don't have a problem with it one bit. Okay, let's talk AEW Women's Tag Titles. Took them long enough. This is the point where I'm supposed to come on here and praise Tony Khan. Say, that a boy, Tony, you finally did it. Is that what I'm supposed to do right now? Fine, I'll do it. Good job, Tony. You finally did it. Okay, we appreciate you finally creating these tag titles so the women that you've hoarded have something to do. Because they've been wrestling in tag teams for a while now with no stakes, with nothing on the line. But now there's something on the line here. These lovely women's tag titles. So who's going to be champ first? I saw somebody joke that Toni Storm lost the title, so now she's going to win the tag titles with Mina. That was kind of funny. But yeah, I don't know. Who's prime for this? It could be Tony Mina. It could be. It could be Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. It could be maybe they put it on Sky Blue and Julia Hart. That could work. Either way, it's more opportunities. It's more matches for the women that have stakes. We'll see how it's booked. Do I have confidence in Tony Khan? No. But we'll see how it goes. At least there's something to fight for when it comes to these tag team matches in AEW. So who's going to win it first, folks? Tony and Mina? I don't love that idea, but it's probably going to happen. I hate Tony Khan's fucking guts. Okay, Chris. I think WWE are waiting for Bianca to come back healthy and dethrone Tiffany. Jade wins at Mania off Bianca Belair. Richard, don't get blocked, okay? I'm joking. But yeah, I don't want to see Bianca and Jade at Mania whatsoever. Using Bianca Belair to put over Jade might have me go find Triple H himself and slap him. Honestly, that might he may get slapped for that one. But yeah, tag titles are here. Good for the talent. I'm happy for them. We'll see where it goes. We will see where it goes. I think Ford and Megan Bayne will win it. I wouldn't be surprised. They've had Megan Bayne on the back burner. She had a good match with Toni Storm that she was dominating, and Toni Storm stole it. And she's been in tag team hell ever since. So I could see him throwing Megan Bayne a bone and giving her the tag titles along with Penelope Ford. I could see that. Yeah, I don't love her either. I hate it too. I'd rather see Megan Bayne in singles, but what can you do? Somehow they'll still have one. Yeah, they'll have one. So they'll have the TBS title match 1 week. Next week, tag title match. Next week, the world title. So they'll rotate it that way. We're not getting 2 women's matches on a Dynamite with any regularity. No way in hell. Megan Bayne should be in a higher position. I agree. I love Megan Bayne. I wanted her in the WWE, but we don't know what happened, but I think she'd be better off in the WWE with her booking and her presentation. But we'll see how this goes. She's young. Megan Bayne is 26, 27. She's young. We'll see how it goes. You will see how it goes for Megan Bayne. Well, that's that. Tonight, by the way, for my fellow Joshi stands, Rossy Ogawa dropping some news. So tonight, at some point, I think it's like 11 Eastern time, Rossy Ogawa is dropping some booking news. I believe he's gonna drop some news about Grand Destiny, the big show he has planned next month. And what's gonna happen on that show? I think you're gonna get Io versus Mayu, Julia against Sherry Amalka. I think maybe even Kyrie, who knows? But definitely Julia and definitely Io. Tonight, 1 Eastern, I mean, not 1 Eastern, 11 p.m. Eastern, dropping some news. I think it's a month out before Grand Destiny. I think we're getting EO news. I think we're getting Julia news on that card. I'm excited to see what he does. I'll be disappointed if it's not the Grand Destiny card. But I do believe we're getting that tonight. So if you're awake at 11 p.m. Eastern, maybe getting some news about that damn card. Again, I think the card will ultimately be Utami Hayashishita against Miku Ano, Victoria Yuzuki against Mai Sakurai, EO versus Mayu Iwatani, Seria Malka against Julia, and you're going to get the Twin Towers versus Magenta for the tag titles. So look forward to news tonight. Megan Bayne, you think Megan Bayne is going to Marigold? Megan Bayne, working with Marigold. This is the woman who is currently on a AEW contract. You know how Tony Khan feels about Rossy Ogawa. Not a chance in hell Megan Bayne is wrestling on that Marigold card. But that'd be cool, but ain't happening. Ain't happening, Captain. All right. We just ran through a bunch of news. Proud of myself. So we talked about Kenny Omega's comments about Gail Kim. Talked about women's tag titles, AEW. Talked about what else? Masha Slamovich and her being on the outs. Talked about Marigold. What have I missed? Oh yeah, AJ Styles. So we don't know. AJ Styles has come out and basically said that, hey guys, one more year, I'm out of here. He's going to retire next year. Why? He says that he doesn't want to watch himself get old. He doesn't want to, in the ring, he doesn't want to see himself be one of those guys that can't wrestle anymore, but still trying to go. He wants fans to remember him as AJ Styles, the phenomenal AJ Styles, not the slow, old AJ Styles. So you're going to get one more year of him wrestling. Sometime next year, he's done. I'm happy he's going to get the Cena match. Hopefully he gets some more big matches before it's over. But yeah, 2026, no more AJ. So Cena's going to be done officially. AJ's going to be done. It's time to push the young talent. It's time to push the Braun Breakers, the Carmelo Hayeses, the Montez Fords, the Obafemis. Make them stars. The Jacob Fatus. Enough of the old geezers. Okay, let's push the young talent who can go. No excuse. There's no fracking excuse for what's happening right now. That's an interesting comment there, Will. You wish the so-called Joshi fans would talk about the real good story with Asuka, Kairi, and Io. Are they not talking about it? Keenan, you're on here. You're a Joshi stan. Are you guys not talking about the good storyline between Asuka, Kairi, and Io? I haven't been paying attention to the Joshi world in terms of the IWC. It's been a great storyline. It's fun, real character moments, real story beats between Asuka, Kairi, and Io. It's probably the best story they have going right now. It'll be a shame if the Joshi stands aren't actually talking about this and hyping it up and enjoying it. For years, they complain and they bitch about how WWE books the Joshi talent. Now, the top story, in my opinion, on Raw involved the Joshis, and they're not talking about it. That'd be a problem for me. Okay, so let's talk about the Joshis and the WWE and what they're doing. Let's champion it. Let's hype it up so to do it even more stories. So we get more stories from them. Why not? Okay, that's what I would say. Yes, I love what they're doing with Asuka and Kairi. I love how we're definitely going to get Asuka, Kairi versus Rhea Ripley and Io. That'd be a good match. I don't hate it. A lot of people thought we're going to get Rhea Ripley in a title match in Perth, but looks like it's not going to be that. Looks like we're going to get Kairi and Asuka versus Rhea Ripley and Io in Australia, which is a good approach. I don't mind that at all. I saw some Rhea Ripley fans upset about that, saying, no, Rhea should be in a world title match in Perth on her birthday. I don't think so. I think Rhea Ripley is fine where she is. She's above the title right now. She's so over. She doesn't need it. Let Stephanie Vaquer cook. Rhea Ripley will always be a contender down the road anyway. Okay, there's no need to rush her back into the title picture. She's fine without a belt. Stephanie needs it more. Okay? Gail Kim doesn't know what cage match ratings are. I guess I am Team Gail Kim. Apparently, she doesn't know cage match ratings. I guess I am Team Gail Kim. Because the amount of people online that use cage match ratings to make their opinion is quite honestly pathetic. It's quite pathetic. Quite pathetic. Anyway, okay, I have run my mouth for 40 minutes. Now I shut up and I let you guys ask the questions. So what do you want me to talk about? Who do you think Carlexa defends against next? By Carlexa, he means Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. I'll say, wait, it'll be Alba Fire and Chelsea Green. You mean after that? After that, it'll probably be on SmackDown, Julia and why am I blanking on her name? Who is Julia's chauffeur? Don't look at the chat. Kiana James. Jesus Christ. It'll be Julia and Kiana James on SmackDown. On Raw, it'll probably be Raquel and Roxanne Perez. Because you can't have Raquel and Roxanne lose in single matches forever. Okay, eventually they have to transition to something. And I believe that transition will be contending for tag titles down the road. So yeah, Kiana James, Julia on SmackDown. If not that, it'll be Roxanne and Raquel on Raw. The thought of Rhea Ripley having to put over Asuka and Kairi to build them back up is hilarious. The IWC complains about young talent losing to older talent all the time, except when it comes to Rhea Ripley. I hear you. I think when it comes to Asuka and Kairi, that's more of a Joshi stan thing. The Joshi stans hate to see Asuka and Kairi lose. I don't love it. Okay, I love my Joshis. Okay, I'm a Joshi fan myself. But they get really, really passionate about the Joshis losing to talent. I think it's more of that than it is Rhea Ripley. I do believe there is a little bit of a, we're tired of Rhea Ripley winning matches. We're tired of her going over. But I agree. Really, Rhea Ripley should not be losing the final match, right? She can lose a match to Asuka, sure. But she shouldn't be losing the final match, the go-home match, the story-ending match. Rhea Ripley should win. She's a younger talent. She's more over, so on and so forth. You know? Should the WWE remove Alba from Chelsea Green and try to build her up like Kaylee Ray again? I would say yes, but it's not going to happen. I feel better about Alba Fire in the WWE when she's paired with Chelsea Green. If they separate, I'm worried. Not to say that she can't be by her own. I don't trust the creative team. But I want to see her by herself as the great singles wrestler that she is. Maybe be the featherweight champion again. Sure, I think she's great, good wrestler, very underrated, talented as hell in the ring. But I just don't think they see her that way. So I'd be worried about a singles run. So I prefer her to be with Chelsea Green. I think she's safer there. Separate her. I'm afraid she'd be in catering. But I would love to see her booked strong again as a singles competitor. Give me Alba against Chelsea Green. Not Chelsea Green, but give me Alba against Lyra. Alba against Stephanie. These are great matches. She's a good wrestler. But they don't see her that way. So to remove her from Chelsea Green would be I'd be scared. Agreed, King. Without Chelsea Green, Piper and Alba Fire would be in danger of being in catering for an extended period of time. So where is Jen Tala? Isn't she in Evolve? I mean, that's where she should be. Who can they put with Alba that fits with Chelsea Green? I mean, assuming Piper Niven is out longer, the Iconics sign TNA's Iconics. I'm sorry, the Inspiration, who were at NXT for that invasion angle, looking fabulous. They were there. Sign them, put them with Chelsea Green. Then again, you probably want Chelsea Green to have some muscle, some real muscle. I don't know, honestly. I don't know. A good question. But here is the Inspiration and NXT looking great. What would they do with the invasion angle? I don't know. Let's talk invasion angle. Let's talk about that. What should happen? I'm not sure, to be honest with you, what should happen for the invasion angle. What should go down? War Games. I love that idea. Don't think it's going to happen, though. You won't be seeing Masha Slamovich, that's for damn sure. I'm not sure what they should do with the invasion angle. Not quite sure. They should, though. They should give them War Games and then take the Iron Survivor. It makes sense. Iron Survivor Series. That's what you do. This year, you do War Games, NXT versus TNA, but the main roster gets the Iron Survivor match. I love the idea of having the Iron Survivor match on the main roster. That'd be very, very fun. You can have it at Survivor Series. It makes sense. But then again, this year, people are thinking maybe they do John Cena versus Brock Lesnar in War Games. So you have Team Cena, Team Brock. So I guess that makes sense as well. Apparently, they're going to have a pay-per-view down the road. TNA versus NXT. Will that be before or after Bound for Glory? I don't know. I do believe Trick Williams will be dropping that belt at Bound for Glory regardless. So look forward to that. But once Trick Williams drops that belt, does the storyline continue? Like, does the Team TNA versus Team NXT, does that continue after Trick Williams drops the belt? Does that make sense for that to happen? I don't know. The WWE trademarked invasion, they sure did. Will, I do hope Rossi announcement delivers for me to start going to Japan next month. I hope so as well. I really hope so. Don't disappoint me, Rossi. Give me the big matches. Give me the Grand Destiny card. That's what I say, but we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. Strong number again for NXT. 700K. Pretty good for wrong freaking thing. 700K for NXT. Pretty good. Back-to-back strong weeks for NXT. I'm sure Tony Khan is pissed. Does Rusev dethrone Dom? I think he should. Give Rusev something. Dom doesn't need 2 belts. I think that's what they should do. Go ahead and give it to Rusev. It's Zarya's PLE, I think. What's Zarya's PLE? Oh, they should do Zarya and Ruka versus Charlotte and Alexa. I'm tired of this whole Zarya will she won't she shit. Turn or not. Just turn or not. They're dragging it. They're dragging it like they dragged freaking Fraction shit, which never happened. I'm tired of it. I want to see Zarya go after Sol Ruka. I want to see that feud. Honestly, they may drag it to Stand and Deliver. I'm not kidding. They may drag it all the way to Stand and Deliver. I would not be surprised one bit if that's when the match goes down. Not surprised one bit. Am I missing something else? I think that's it in terms of news. I think I covered it. Let's see. I'm scrolling. Masha Slamovich was replaced for the Prestige card. She was replaced by Dani Luna. Let's see. Oh, this is gonna be a banger. Banger this weekend, I believe. Look at this. Tai Kamatani versus Azumi. Banger coming. Who's going to dethrone JC Jane? Not Lola Vice, I don't think. I thought it was going to be Lola Vice, but now he keeps holding the belt. That's a bad omen. How many times are you going to hold the belt? I don't believe it anymore. I don't believe it anymore. Masha is a killer and a murderer. If you have evidence of that, you should report her to the police right now. I think Blake dethroned JC Jane or Fallon does. Blake the heel dethrones Fallon or JC. No, what's interesting? They're having Lainey Reed join Fatal Influence. You would think if Fatal Influence was about to be over, if that was going to be done, they wouldn't have someone else joining that faction. It's almost as if there's plans for Fatal Influence to continue for a while. And if that's the case, I doubt she loses to Lola Vice. So maybe Lola is losing. Maybe Lola is losing. He keeps holding that title. It's a bad omen. It's a bad omen. Lash may leave NXT with no accolades. Yep, I'd not be surprised one bit. Jada Clocker. I said Jada Clocker. Because I was going to say clock it, which she always says. Jada Clocker. Lainey Reed got this Charlotte stamp. She's great. She's good in the ring. I like Lainey Lee. I like her a lot. We'll see how she does with more time on TV. But yeah, I'm a fan of Lainey Reed. Anything else? Let's see. The WWE rushed the ESPN deal. way too early. They should have waited till December or January. Maybe wait for the Rumble? Yeah, probably. But they got excited. They couldn't wait. Chris, they couldn't wait. But the Rumble would have been a good time. Well, then again, Rumble is in Saudi Arabia, so maybe not that because of the time period. Maybe wait till Survivor Series. Then again, I will say, well, yeah, because that's the one that's normal time, right? Because right now the Perth show, good show by the way, good card. Tiffany, Stephanie, I think, Cody, Seth. That tag match with Asuka and Rhea Ripley and Io and Kyrie. Looking like you're gonna have what's the other one on that card? I feel like it's a strong card. That Perth show. Cena, AJ Styles. That's a strong card. But it'll be early in the morning, so it's not a good time to start off the ESPN era. They probably should have waited for a Survivor Series. Survivor Series would have been a big show. Probably what should have done, but couldn't wait. You just could not wait. When is Lash coming to the main roster? Lash to the main roster. Who knows? She should be up there already. She should be up there already, but who knows, man? Who knows? She should be up. I honestly believe that. I don't love the Lash Jada Parker feud. I don't love it. Not necessary. Not necessary. I think Lash is ready to go. But that's just me, I guess. I did not know that Sari is on this card. Didn't know that. You're getting Saya versus Azumi. And you're getting Sari on the card? Hina versus Hanako. Solid bout. Sari and Shuri. Shuri's back. With Tomoka? Solid. Ain't gonna complain about that one. Then you have I like Natsupoi, I like Soriano against these chicks over here. Sayaka. It's alright. That's a decent match. Probably you can skip that one. Rena. Hate. Lady C. The can't miss match is the main event, of course. We'll see. It looks like a solid show. Looks solid. Is Shuri a dual contract wrestler? No. She's signed to Stardom, and that's that. Not dual contract. Would you call someone up just to fill a jobber role? No, not a jobber role. No. A comedic role, maybe. Call up Ariana Grace to be funny like a Chelsea Green? Sure. But a full-on jobber role? No. That's a terrible idea. I wouldn't do that. SmackDown needs some NXT call-ups. You ain't wrong there. I would love Lash and Jordan Grace on SmackDown. The problem, I will say this, to be clear. The problem with SmackDown is not the talent. Not the lack of talent. Not one person can save SmackDown. Bianca can't save SmackDown. Jordan Grace can't save SmackDown. Last Legend can't save SmackDown. The problem with SmackDown is the writing. The only way to save SmackDown is to change up the writers or make them write better. Only way. Bianca can't write for herself. Lash can't write for herself. Jordan Grace can't write for herself. Look at all the top stories. Look at all the top storylines right now. Asuka, Kyrie, Io, Rhea Ripley, Raw. AJ Lee, Raw. The Vision, Becky Lynch with Seth Rollins, Raw. Jey Uso's character's turn and this development he's having where he might turn heel, Raw. Bayley, dual personality, Raw. The writers on Raw are better than SmackDown. Until that changes, SmackDown will be ass. Doesn't matter who shows up there. Doesn't matter who's there. until you get writers who are trying and invested in telling good stories, SmackDown will be ass. Not the talent's fault. Not Tiffany's fault. Not Julia's fault. It's the writers. If you were to swap the writers, put SmackDown writers on Raw, put Raw writers on SmackDown, SmackDown would be good, and Raw will be ass. Not about the talent. It's about the writers. No way Kamatani drops the belt to Azumi. Wait a minute. Somebody school me. Is this a title for title match? I believe so. Is there a time limit? Is there a time limit on this match? If there's a time limit, it'll be a draw. Point blank, period. It makes no sense to take the belt off of Azumi. Makes no sense for Saya to drop the belt. I'm assuming there's a time limit. It'll be a draw. An hour? Jesse, say you lying. Say you lie. Say you lying. Say you lying. Because if it's an hour, this match is gonna be a fucking hour, and I'm gonna be pissed. Are you serious? Don't pull a Utami. I may be lying. Okay, cool. About to say, because Utami versus what's her face? Takumi Aroha was a 1 hour title for title, and I got mad at watching that match because it was clear about the 30-minute mark it was going the distance. A lot of time wasting going on in that match, and I was mad. I hate that. So yeah, it's probably going to be a 30-minute match, something like that. I don't know. Somebody needs to confirm it for me. I'm gonna ask Twitter. Is this match a time limit? That's bad English. Does this match have a time limit? If so, what is it? Because I have a hard time believing anyone dropping a belt, so I just want to know. 30 minutes? Okay. So yeah, you're going to get a 30-minute banger, and it's going to be a draw. Am I okay with that? No. But it is what it is. I hate booking matches where there can be no winner. Like, right out the gate. I hate that. Why are you doing that? For what purpose? Are you telling a story? Are you telling a compelling story? If that's the case, fine. But I doubt that. This will just be a exposition. Be a match with no actual story beat. It'll be over, and that'll be that. The bigger question is what's happening with Momo Watanabe and her challenge to win the 5-star GP, and they have not said anything about that. We don't know when she's going to challenge for what belt, when or where, what belt that's going to be challenged. So maybe she ultimately will challenge Saya down the road. Maybe, I don't know. She's a member of Hate. She's in Saya Kamatani's faction. But yeah, I'm more interested in what they're going to do with Momo. But yeah, this will be a draw. A draw. Draw. Okay. Should Azumi drop and sign to AEW? Well, that depends. Does she want to be in America? 1. And 2, My response is no. I don't love the way Tony Khan books the Joshis. Mina has a nothing belt in Ring of Honor. That's what it is. Crying out loud. I don't care what anybody says. It's a mid card, nothing belt in Ring of Honor. I don't believe Azumi would be booked any better. I don't think so. It'll probably be worse. So my response is no. Don't want to see Azumi in AEW, but if that's what she wants, then she'd be paid well. She'd be paid very well. I'll be that. Is Bozilla booked? She's booked in Stardom for sure. I mean, she gets matches. She wrestles regularly in Stardom. Okay. About time to hit the old dusty trail. Thoughts on Britt Baker not returning in Pittsburgh? Britt Baker is on the outs. She's on the outs. How will this end for her? Not pretty, I don't think, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens. Azumi pairing with Io would be great for her. It'd be cool. If Azumi were to go to the WWE, she'd be in NXT. She'd be a fan favorite very quickly. Very, very quickly. A fan favorite. But I don't see it. I don't see it. I think Starlight Kid down the road, down the road. I think Starlight Kid is more of an option, more likely for whatever reason. That is my gut feeling. So, but yeah, I feel like ultimately, Starlight Kid, WWE. Azumi, AEW. For whatever reason. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. You think women's blood and guts is dead? No, it can still happen. Tony Khan is very flaky. He can change on a dime. Nothing's set in stone with that man. So it could very well happen. It could very well happen. Let's see. Nothing else going on here. Tonight, we may get some crossover with TNA. Maybe some NXT with talent will pop up on TNA tonight. Who knows? Who knows what happens tonight? Are you watching TNA tonight? I'm not convinced I will. I might just watch it through Twitter, but we'll see. It's taped? Oh, okay. Never mind. Well, there you have it. It's not live, so there is a show this weekend though, right? The one that Masha got taken off of. What's it called? Let's see. Victory Road is this weekend, so yeah. We got a Marigold show. You have a Stardom show. You have I take it back. There's no Marigold show this weekend, is it? There's a Stardom show and a TNA show, but no Marigold, I don't think. The Victory Road is this weekend, so maybe some NXT talent will pop up here. What's happening in Wrestle Universe? Let's check it out. Let's check out Wrestle Universe real quick before we wrap it up. We have a TJPW show this weekend. Who's on the card? Everybody, basically. Okay. Everyone. New champ, Yu Watanabe in the finals, or in the main event. What else is happening? Let's see. Schedule. Marigold. This is a on-demand show. Okay, so it's already recorded. Watch it now, literally. Okay. Have I seen that show? I don't think so. I can watch that tonight if I wanted to. Oh, what's on this card, by the way? What's happening on this card? Tommy and Victoria Yuzuki. That's a good one. Okay. It's a banger. Mayu versus Flying Penguin. Okay. It's gonna be a squash. That's a squash match if I've ever seen it. Mayu versus the Flying Penguin. That's a squash. But this one looks pretty good. Yeah, Miku, Siri, Shino. I'm gonna watch that tonight. All right, let's back it up. What else is on this card? What else is available to watch? Let's see. That's that. Or I saw that one. And yep, that's it for the weekend. Okay, gotcha. Are you going to predict No Mercy? Wait, that is this weekend, isn't it? Oops. I forgot. Let's see. No Mercy card. It is this weekend. I almost forgot. Okay, let's make that dark. Too bright over here. Okay, thank you. All right, let's see what's on this card. I almost forgot, honestly. Truly. Okay. Last thing for the stream. All right. Jacy Jayne with Fallon Henley versus Lola Vice. I've always said Jacy Jayne will drop the belt when Fallon Henley turns. But it looks like they're going to add Lainey Reed, so I'm not buying it anymore. I'm guessing Jacy Jayne retains. The turn has not happened yet. So I'm going to go with Jacy Jayne. Soruka versus Lainey Reed. With Zarya. Maybe you have Zarya accidentally cost Soruka. Lainey Reed becomes champion. Because honestly, Soruka does not need 2 belts. You can have Lainey Reed win this. So I believe it's going to happen? Not really. So I'm going to go with Soruka. So far I got Jacy Jayne, and I got Soruka. Obafemi versus Ricky Saints. I'm going to go with Obafemi. I'm going to pick Obafemi until he loses. I'm just going to assume he wins until he loses. I have no confidence he'll drop that belt. Moving on, Ethan Page versus Tavion Heights. We may get the title change here. I'm going to go with Tavion Heights to win. No real confidence there, but just a feeling. We'll go with Tavion Heights there. Jordan Grace versus Blake Monroe. I think Jordan Grace has to win this. He lost enough times at this point, so I'm going to go with Jordan Grace. And then for Javon Evans versus Josh Briggs, I'm going to go with Javon Evans. So, that is Javon. That is Jordan Grace. Tavion Heights. Obafemi. Soruka. And Jacy Jayne. That's a lot of baby faces I picked. A whole lot of baby faces. Not that much heels, but it is what it is, I guess. I can see Ethan Page retaining, but yeah, I'm gonna go Javon, Jordan, Tavion, Femi, Soruka for now, but I'm shaky on that one as well, and Jacy Jayne. So that is my picks. Blake should win the feud. I mean, I guess, but Grace would not have any wins, but okay. I think Jacy Jayne tells Fallon to help Lainey Reed win the speed title, and they're going to have JC and Lainey Reed mock the fact that Fallon is the only non-champion of the group. That would work. In fact, you're right. You changed my mind. Lainey Reed is going to win. Lainey Reed is going to win. Zarya would not help in the right way. Lainey Reed will win. You're going to have Lainey Reed and Jacy Jayne as champions, hitting on Fallon Henley And then Fallon Henley will turn down the road, causing JC Jane to drop the belt. That is my story. I'm sticking to it. Lainey Reed wins. I've been convinced. They tease Ethan versus Miles. Okay, so they're probably right. Then Miles will probably dethrone him. Ethan will probably win. 5 minutes for the final. Speed title is 5 minutes for the title. For the finals, 5 minutes. We're still kind of short, but we'll see how that goes. All right, folks, that is it for the stream. Thank you for joining me. Do me a favor, hit like, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Enjoy TNA if you're watching that. Enjoy wrestling this weekend. I'll probably stream Saturday, maybe. We'll see how that goes. SmackDown will be bad as usual. It is what it is. SmackDown tomorrow. Tiffany, Jade, Nia. Apparently, Stephanie will be in the house. I think Tiffany will retain. You're gonna get Stephanie versus Tiffany. Tiffany is popular with the Australian crowd. I think you're gonna get that match, and it's gonna be a banger. Tiffany Stephanie will be a banger. So look forward to that. All right, folks, I'm out. Enjoy the wrestling and try not to engage in the stupidity of the IWC. Later.